when I left Yahoo in 2012, people thought I was crazy, and it was the most liberating day in my life. I felt like to walk away something that I built, but really felt like I could start by being who I am, not what people think I am, which is always associated with Yahoo. So I've always wanted new challenges, and I'll be frank with you. I think as an entrepreneur and as a technologist and largely a business person, I've been paying less attention to social justice and our civil rights. And obviously, I think we all have been waking up, if not woke up, in the last 3.5, 4 years for a number of reasons, everything from Charlottesville to the pandemic. And I think you and I started a conversation back in May. There was a PBS documentary on Asian Americans. It was a comprehensive 5-hour series, and I forced my family to watch it and myself to watch it, thinking in my head I already knew everything in that Asian American documentary, and I learned more from it about the plight of Asian Americans in America, whether you're South Asians like Indians, obviously the Chinese Exclusion Act going back to the 1800s, to the Japanese internment, to the Koreans. At every opportunity when America finds it inconvenient to have Asians in their soil, something exclusionary and something discriminatory and something racist was done to them. And I don't do this for myself. I think people look at somebody like me and says, well, you're wealthy, you're doing all this stuff. But I look at my kids who are Asian Americans. My wife's Japanese descent. They don't really identify Chinese or Japanese. They like the food. I look at my friends' kids who are mixed races or they're Asian, but they're treating America as home. And I feel like 150 years later, after the railroads were built, the Asians don't have a unified voice when it comes to talking to our government or talking to this country as a whole. So we have a lot to learn from other minority groups, and I think if anything positive that can come out of this year of misfortunes and disasters is I hope people of color and minorities and people who are underrepresented, and there are plenty of Asians that are also not as well off as those of us who have managed to be successful, that we all see each other's, identify with each other's past, learn from each other's past. What I learned from you about the reversal transfer of wealth and about the amount of capital and wealth that was built on the backs of American slaves. These are all things that I never thought I would learn, and I'm doing it as part of my journey, as I said. And if I can do something good out of it, great. But I kind of march to my own drumbeat, and I just hope my upbringing, my moral compass, and my what I am learning about what's wrong or right continue to guide me.
Yeah.